I am Kimberly Bermel, and you are listening and watching American Medicine Today on News Radio 970 WFLA. I'm here with Ethan Youker and Jeff Wagstaff.
Good afternoon.
Senior Fellow. And world-renowned orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Alfred Bonati of the Bonati Spine Institute. With that being said...
Well, wait a minute. Hello.
Hello.
I kind of like how Kimberly said, Senior Fellow. That was like
What's that so
hot,
sexy?
actually.
She like kittened it up for you a little bit.
This is what
Senior
happens
fellow.
when I'm in a room with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my God!
Four.
This time John
Four
got
boys.
included. That's it.
4 men.
Yep.
Yes. I'm a lucky girl.
Don't lie. It is fun to be here, though.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun, especially behind the scenes. What we do want to talk about, because Dr. Bonati has really paved the way and changed spine surgery forever. He deviated from the typical traditional open back surgery and the high failure rates. We've quoted these statistics, that's what I'm looking for. We've quoted them for fusions, and one fusion has a failure rate of like 65%, and if you have 2 or 3, that raises to like 75 to 85% failure.
It blows my mind that someone would even have one of those
Yes,
procedures done
yes.
with the, see, now I'm running out of words,
I
too.
know.
If someone
But-
was in Vegas, they wouldn't bet those odds.
They absolutely
Exactly.
would.
They will get on the table and bet with their own health.
Exactly. And when you're talking about your spine, you don't want to take chances. Well, Dr. Bonati, and good analogy there, Jeff.
He was waiting
Call
for
me
that.
the
But it's
Senior
true.
Fellow.
Indeed.
He spent a lot of time in is it the think tank or the stink tank?
Knowing Jeff, if people were in the room with him,
I'll be here all week.
it's the latter.
I love it.
Anyway,
Glad Kirk Goodell's not here.
but seriously, he developed his own patented tools and procedures to bring relief to the masses. And a recent 7.5-year survey reflects a 98.75% success. And it's not just Dr. Bonati or the Institute claiming we did the surgeries. It is patient-reported success. What better odds can you find?
That's nearing perfection right
And
there.
really, nothing in this world is 100%, but that's pretty darn close. With that being said, Dr. Bonati, I find it fascinating. Your whole life story is amazing, but truly, how did you come up with the Bonati Spine Procedures and then the instrumentation? It's a great story. I want him to tell you. So, Dr. Bonati, take it away.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
And for those people who are listening or watching at home,
He's very
the
serious.
entire Bonati procedure is done minimally invasive through an opening not much larger than a dime. So what he is doing is very, very small manipulations, but has incredible results.
Small movements. You would not believe it. I've watched it a multitude of times. I invited you, Ethan,
I've seen
and
it.
you, Jeff,
Unbelievable.
into the
Absolutely.
OR. And time after time, I am absolutely amazed when I look at it. But truly, Dr. Bonati, explain that process and then talk about how you invented the tool. It's such a fun story.
Why you exclude John?
Because people can't see John. He's standing over there off camera.
Or do you want us to summarize
Dr.
this?
Bonati not answering the question only speaks to how humble he is.
Right, he
And-
doesn't want to talk about himself.
And week after week,
I
when
think he
pa-
just doesn't want to give away his secrets.
But when our
that.
patients, when the Bonati Spine, I say our patients like I'm part of the institute, but
You're
when-
a senior fellow, not a
You are.
surgeon.
when Dr. Bonati's patients are on this program and they tell us week after week of the incredible results that they receive, what people don't see is Dr. Bonati is incredibly humble, and it almost makes him uncomfortable
Yes.
when he receives that praise. So I realize we're putting him on the spot.
And he doesn't like it.
But all of us who have watched him perform
Amazing.
the Bonati procedure, the only analogy that I can use when I describe it to friends and family is Dr. Bonati is truly a rock star in that surgical suite. When I watched one of the procedures, the gentleman that was on the table, Dr. Bonati had finished what he was doing, and he told the man, he said, "Now I want to get you up off the table, and I want you to bring your knee up to your chest." Now he was an older gentleman, and he was under anesthesia. And, "I can't do that, Dr. Dr. Bonati said, "You can now. Try for me." When he got up and he moved, he was completely pain-free. Dr. Bonati looked at everybody and says, we're done here. Let's close. And it's just like
That's the equivalent of the rock star dropping the mic.
dropping the mic and
I'm out.
walking off the stage.
I'm out.
It's just incredible to watch his genius.
But the thing is, he is not one to pat himself on the back, and really, it's pretty much to his detriment. And that's something that I like to focus on these shows, because he has really paved the path. There are others out there, what we call imitators. To say competition, meh.
Not so
But
much.
the imitators, and they do not have those same results. And you only get Bonati at Bonati. With that being said, Dr. Bonati, why don't you just give some people some insight as to that? Really, how did you develop that tool?
I think you guys talk enough. Why I need to talk?
Because you paved the path that other people are riding on coattails, pretending to do
But
what you do, and they
I'm
don't
gonna
have
tell
it.
you, I'm gonna tell you one thing, that how I came with the idea
Yes.
to develop the tubes.
Perfect.
I was looking for a long time. Remember, I did open surgery on the spine before, and I was very discontent with, and I didn't really like the results. I didn't like the results so much that I told my secretary, "You do not receive any patient with back pains because I cannot help them." Well, the point is that my heart was always in the back, because I saw so many problems associated with, and so many people suffering with it. So one day I was in my car, and I start. Remember, we're talking about 1980s or something like that. Then I start the car in the antenna. Remember those are antennas that were in the
Telescopic.
the telescopic antennas? Well, that antenna came out, and I look and I say, "Oh, this can be applicable to enter in the specific area of the spine." At that time, I didn't have enough knowledge, but how to do it. Then I was fortunate to go to a conference in Switzerland, and was a physician there who suddenly said, "We are going to introduce today a procedure that is new," and he said, we will describe this as a discogram." And then what he did is he said, to be able to enter the disc, you need to go 7 centimeters to the side, and then put the needle there, and put the needle inside the disc, and then put the dye, and you can see the disc. When he presented that one, I went, I have the idea of the tool, but I have now how to get inside. And remember, at that time, we're talking about going inside of the disc. When you go inside of the disc, only 17% of the people suffer of that problem there. But I didn't have either how to correct the problem inside. Now I was able, number one, to use the tools, and number two, to see how I am going to go there. But then I was thinking what I can use to be able to reach that area. With those things, you're talking about months and months of difference between one idea and the other one. Then the next thing was, I was in the orthopedic convention one time in New Orleans, and I was looking at the new advances that were there, and then I saw a group that they were showing a laser that was being used to remove some type of skin problems. And in the process, I look and I say, well, I have the tool, I have the how to go inside. Now I have the other tool that I need to reduce the material that is around the disc. That's how we develop. And we develop one thing at a time.
But you also developed other tools, because the laser isn't the only tool that you use. It's one of many.
Well, we use the laser in the beginning,
Correct.
and that was the beginning of the whole concept.
Yes.
And when we did that, that was not any patent or any type of approval for the use of the laser.
And it was you that got, what was it, the FDA approval?
Yeah.
For use on the human spine?
Yeah. Well, that's how this thing started, and I was lucky enough that God helped me to bring results that every time they were more and more accurate, and people start to have some of the pain disappear. So then I came out from the disc side, and I went to the canal side, and in that way I was able to address not only the stenosis and the different problems. And then we developed that with more experience, we developed more things.
You know what I really want to get into sometime, and we're up against a break, but
Sure.
I'd really like to talk about, and if it's not interesting, we'll talk about it off the air, but the whole patent process has always fascinated me, because I'm a guy that has I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. But no, I have these ideas. And I think, how the heck would you even go about patenting something?
We have to, because it's an interesting process. And he's such a busy doctor as it is. His life is jam-packed. And all of a sudden, he did these patents within that. So he had that whole development stage.
It's unreal.
Absolutely unbelievable. With that said, if you or someone you know is suffering with neck, back, sciatic pain, headaches, something called RSD, reach out to the Bonati Spine Institute, because there is true help available, true resolve of your pain. That's at Bonati.com or 855-267-0483. Coming up next, we have Angel Beth, who has a rare,
Very rare.
mitochondrial disease. Very serious stuff. It's called chitochrome C oxidase partial deficiency, something that not a lot of people know of, but it's very important. Make sure you tune in. We'll have more about that coming up after the break. You're listening to News Radio 970 WFLA. Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati Spine Procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati Spine Procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
This is the first time that I am pain-free after 18 years, and it's just wonderful. I love it.
Phenomenal results, no pain whatsoever.
My pain is virtually gone, nothing short of a miracle.
Those surgeries gave me my life back.
Already I feel like a new person.
I'm going home new. I can chase my grandbaby now, I can garden, I can cook, and I'm really thrilled. The outcome's been remarkable.
I feel 100% better.
It's like a miracle.
It was phenomenal. It literally did change my life.
I was in a wheelchair at that time, and I left here walking.
Every single pain that I had when I came here is gone.
I'm ready to go home and feel great. This place is great. Thank you.
Everything that they said they would do, they have done, and I'm very, very satisfied and happy with those results.
I knew in surgery, in fact I told the surgeon when he relieved the pain off the nerve.
The pain is gone. I'm feeling wonderful.
I have no pain. I feel better than I felt in 4 years from the surgery. It was almost immediate relief.
Today I am totally pain-free, which is just amazing. It's fantastic.
It definitely works. I mean, I really don't know what else to tell you. I'm happy.